Carl, I have to say I'm absolutely gobsmacked that you stood there and you talked about the transfer of wealth to private landlords in terms of a tax rebate to people paying their rents. I find that absolutely shocking. The rental housing sector is a mess, and I can't believe for a second that you don't see that and you think that your plan is working. Every single measure that's used to gauge how good or bad it is there for workers and families trying to access social and affordable housing is telling us that it's beyond horrific. And let me give you a couple of examples in case you don't read your emails. A family of 4, 13 years in a RAS house, they got a notice to quit. It's their 5th time to move as a family. The council are blocked from buying this house and allowing this family to have strong roots in the community, a chance to finally settle. This house has now gone on the open market, and ironically, it could come back to the council in terms of a long-term lease if that's what the owner wishes to do. A young woman contacted me today. She has 1 child in an overcrowded house. She's been approved for HAP, that transfer of that wealth that you were talking about earlier on to landlords. However, she sent out 100 emails and got 1 single response. Another person wrote to me, "I'm writing to you again to vent my desperation with regards to my housing situation and ask for some help. I'm born and raised in Dublin 15. I'm in senior management. I've worked hard all my life. I'm living with my parents, trying the last 2 years to save for a mortgage. But the increase in house prices has meant I'm still stuck here. I feel there's no hope left here in this country. I'm emigrating." The thought that we'd somewhere to go. This is another person. When we were made homeless on Saturday, but also getting onto the housing list and approved for HAP, we find ourselves having to rely on my wife's friend to let us sleep on the couch. It just goes on and on and on. So, Minister, treat this housing crisis the way that we rightly treated the crisis when we had the pandemic. And we are rightly treating the refugee crisis from Ukraine. Take emergency measures. That's what we're talking about, because that's what's needed. Introduce the ban on rent increases. Introduce a refundable tax credit and put a month's rent back in people's pockets. Massively increase the investment in delivery of affordable homes and introduce real protections for tenants. That's what people are asking for. That's what people are demanding. What you talked about earlier on is not working. It is not working. Every single person here is saying it's not working. Start listening. Go to Margaret.